John again from Hangar 37, and tonight I got another JLB, oh I'm sorry, a Vkar Racing. This is, they had the Cheetah, no that's JLB, oh, the Bison. They had the Bison, the yellow one, which was a pretty cool machine. I sold mine. Unfortunately, but they came out with a new one, and basically I think it's the same thing. I think the tires are a little bit different. The ESC and motor I believe are the same. Don't hold me to that until I get the manual. This is a ready to run. Let's see here. Now if I remember, this is a new, yeah, this is definitely a new radio, and you know what it matches up with? Let me just get this for you here. Hey, look at here. ZD Racing, the new Vkar. So one's making it for the other. I'm guessing ZD's making the Bison. I'm not sure, but ZD they've been. I was not real familiar with ZD up until about a year ago. And I got 3 of them now. I got the ZD1, 2, and Pirates 3. They're pretty good machines, and the radios were pretty good. Now, again, what I don't like is the plastic on the steering wheel. I mean, what did I pay for this? $250. For $250, you should get a foam or rubber on there. Okay, it comes with a charger, and it comes with an instruction. Got a big cable for your charger, and that's a wall mount that I believe plugs into your balancing port. So, okay, you got some decals for the windows and so forth. Well, no, the windows are on. This must be the windscreen, the front headlights and that. Okay, there's not a whole lot to talk about on these instruction manuals anymore. They're all the same. Now, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. Come on, come on, come on. I believe the tires are a little different than the Bison. They look to be 12 millimeter yet. That's kind of odd. No, they are the same as the Bison. I'm looking at them on my tire rack up there. Okay. All right. So, with that, I wish I had my other one. I take it this is my rear wing. Everything's packaged real nice, no doubt about it. We're going to just throw this all back in here for now. And they apparently didn't want to print out a new box, so what they did is they took their old box and just put a little printing on there of the blue and white one. Now, oh man, this looks scratched up. I hope there's a film over this. Yeah, there's gotta be, yeah. All right, we're gonna put that aside. Okay, let's pop this off. Take a look at it. Well, I'll show you here. Kind of a nice looking machine. I'm thinking Red Bull. Got the Red Bull in front. That orange was pretty awesome though. I go to these shows and I take these along and put ridiculous prices on, and once in a while I sell them. People buy them more than I paid for them. Well, that was the case with the orange Bison. Alright. That's a pretty good gauge Lexan. Got windows in it, that's what I like. And they are not decals or anything. These are all painted, pre-painted. All of this. Let's see. Yeah, it's got the film on it. Let's take that off. There, let's see what that looks like. Whoa, look at that. Huh? It's amazing. Once you get that clear coat on there, she looks good. She looks real good. Alright, I've got to get the headlights and the front screen on, radiator screen. One of the nice things that Vkar's always done is they give you this little nylon mesh covering. And I'll tell you what, if you're doing in a real dusty environment, or if, in my case, I do some snow bashing and jumping, and this thing just fills up with snow, and then you just take this off and all your electronics are clean. Pretty cool deal. Oh, I think something's a little different on the bottom here. This is just a aluminum, anodized aluminum strip here with the polycarbonate sides on it. The other one I think was a full strip, I'm not sure. But anyway, it's nice. There's not a lot of, it's stiff, I mean I can't budge it, but it doesn't have much of a support. They've got some turnbuckle ends here that you can actually stiffen that up. If it bends, you can probably move it. Just take this out and move it out and force it forward. Let's see. There is some aluminum around the differentials that hold them in. Yeah, it's a little different. Got a real nice wheelie bar, which I always liked on these. And JLB and Vkar were always real good on the wheelie bars with the cheetahs and with the bisons. Alright, okay, let's take this off just like the old one. Okay, got a little bit more of a ledge to hang this on, which is kind of nice because the other one was so hard to get on. There we go. Alright, we're going to put that aside. And it comes with a battery. And it comes with a LiPo 3-cell 3500 mAh. Now it takes this comes with a 120 amp ESC, and I believe it's a 4068 2200 kV, but I'm not sure totally on that. Yeah, I can't read that. Yeah, I don't know. I was going to say you could probably put a bigger motor in here, but you'd have to move the ESC to do that. The ESC is 120 amp and could probably handle a bigger motor, but you just don't have the room, it looks like, in here. But for the money, you know, this is half the price of less than half the price of an E-Revo. And it's pretty much the same size. E-Revo's a little bit bigger wheelbase, and yeah, the body width, everything's a little bit bigger than this, but it's over twice the price. Okay, let's get this rear wing on. Now, if I remember on my old Bison, I was in the upper 50s, mid to upper 50s on my radar runs. Now, I'm hoping to hit 60 with this. I don't know what gear comes with this, and it looks like it might be tough to put a bigger gear in here, huh? I'll have to look at that. I'm just going to run it with the standard gear first and see what we got. Gotta say, it's a nice looking machine. There we go. Come on, Johnny. Come on, boy. Whew. We're mid-December here in Wisconsin, and I'll tell you, it's been like 90% humidity and 70% dew point, and it has just been awful. Yeah, it's been high in the upper 60s to low 70s, but if you got any kind of a COPD, which I do, and my wife has terrible COPD, hell, you can't breathe in this weather. And unfortunately, I get very little air conditioning in here. Normally I would not recommend this, using a drill, but in this application we are not in a critical situation. And I don't go all the way down generally. There we go. Yeah. But it saves on the wrist. Yeah, that's a nice wing. Yeah, Vkar's always made some really nice vehicles. Why they did this with the wheel situation is beyond me. They I've got some adapters that I can actually put some 17 mils on here. And they're axial adapters. Let's take one of these off and take a look at it. Well, no, I just see now. Here's a crazy thing. You got 17 mil on this with an 8 mil thread. I think it's 8 mil. Why they do that, I don't know. Hell, there's only a 5 mil. 5 mil thread on here. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, let's see if I got some kind of adapter here. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Now, if I wanted to put, let's say, let's see here. I'll put a big ass monster truck tire on here. Alright. This is a 6 3/8 by 3.5. Considerably bigger tire. 17 mil. You just get that on there. And these Axial Adapters. It's an Axial AX31087. And these are wheel hub adapter bolts, nuts rather. Now, so I got 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, I got 8 of them in there. Whew. Let's try one. Now, let's see if this will thread on. Oh, yep, there it goes. And that, my friends, will take this wheel. All right, good to know. Let's see how that body fits in here. Okay, no interference there. I'm not gonna put them on just now. I'm gonna run it with the regular ones. There we go. But I just want to show you that takes an 8mm outside nut, and that hole there, I don't know if you can see that or not, but that fits in there. That offset there fits in there and locks it down on a 17mm hub here. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Okay, glad to know that I can change them if I want to. Let's put this old one back on. All right. Now these tires are not bad, but they will pizza cut like that, which I'll show you when we fire it up. All right. Okay, back to the transmitter. This is really not a very expensive one, but it's got a nice grip to it, nice feel to it. It takes four double A's. Okay, it takes 4 double A's. Make sure you put them in right. Close that up. And here's your on off. And you get a nice blue LED. Now, there's a switch on here, on off switch. We fire this one up. Turn it on. 3 beeps. Okay. Now I noticed that the throttle, the steering needs to be turned down a little bit. Okay, so what is this? Okay, that is not a lot of power, but it'll be enough to jump and bash around in. And let's see, I got a 4S here, and just for the hell of it, I'm going to check and see if it'll take a 4S. Now, a 4S you may want to use for your speed run only. Okay, it's 4 beeps. A lot more power, obviously. You got 3 more volts going through there, 3.7 more volts. Okay, again, I would recommend using only the 4S 14.4 volts. Use that only for radar runs, short runs. I wouldn't run it more than 5 or 10 minutes without burning the ESC. Now the ESC might handle it. So 120 amp should handle 4S, but this motor may not. So I wouldn't recommend it for an all-day affair, but for a speed run you could probably get by. Don't hold me to that. I put a disclaimer, that's the way I do it, and not necessarily the way you should do it. Oh, okay. Nice machine. Nice machine. Vkar, you get some of these are Chinese companies. You got JLB, makes a really nice buggy truggy type machines. The quality is very good. As good as Arma and Traxxas, maybe not, but they're less than half the price. So anybody that wants to get a decent vehicle for say around 250 bucks, 300, and sounds like a lot of money, but you get into a Traxxas, hell, the Rustler is about 2/3 of the size of this, is 400 bucks, and E-Revo's 550. You get into the Italian's 550, which is a little bit, it's actually quite a bit bigger, but the Typhon, which is really close to this, is a $500 machine. Your Hyper 150 ampers are $500 machines. So again, for the money you can't go wrong. I don't want to say it's a starter machine, because it's really not. It's a step up from a starting machine. It's because it's got a lot of power, especially with the 4S, and plenty of power with the 3S. So and my luck, I don't do a lot of bashing in the yard. I do some jumping, I do some radar runs. I'll put a half hour on a machine and then it either gets sold or it goes into my trophy room. So I'm not one of those hardcore bashers that beats the hell out of them for 3 months and they look like crap. But all my machines look like brand new. Again, because I would probably put a half hour to an hour on them. Then I go on to something bigger and better, or maybe not bigger, but just something different that I can do a video on for you guys. Now this one I'll probably get out. There's all kinds of stuff falling from the trees. My road out here is pine and oak covered. So doing radar runs is kind of futile because it flipped the machines out over all the crap on the road. But I will do, probably tomorrow, get it out and run it up and down and do a shakedown. Tomorrow I'll get it out and do a shakedown for you and put it at the end of this video. So with that said, one point I was going to make was on the steering. You may want to try and change your endpoints because I noticed that the servo was actually lifting the whole casing up, and that's held by 2 screws only, so they don't give you individual endpoints, I don't think. There we go. Yeah, you can adjust the dual rates on these, on the servo. Now I turn it back a little bit. You're still going to get most of your steering endpoints on it, but you're not bottoming out the servo, and that's important because eventually, if you don't, the servo is probably going to wear out prematurely. Okay, there you go. Bison, Vkar Bison, Red Bull edition. I'm gonna have to get some Red Bull stickers and put them on there. As always, you need to do your trims. Where's your trim on here? Okay. And you may have to adjust the camber. May have to adjust the camber. I can see it's kind of towed out. I always like them towed in just a fraction. Helps keep them in a straight line on a speed run. Okay. How are we doing on time here? Ooh, 27 minutes already. Okay, real quick. There she is. The new Vkar Bison. Pretty nice. Very nice. Very nice. Alright. Once again, that's a wrap on the unboxing on this Vkar Bison, the new one, the blue and white one. With that said, once again, my name is John. This here is Hangar 37. I want to thank you all for watching. Catch you on my next video.